Park Avenue, for better or worse. Moneyed, residential, quintessentially New York. I borrowed a lot to refurbish the new place. To pay back that money as quickly as possible, I went against the advice of the contractor, the objections of Mrs. Convoy, my own better instincts, and the general protocol of dentists everywhere, and ordered a floor plan without a private office. I installed a fifth chair in that space, and then spent the next 10 years killing myself, tending to 5 chairs in 5 rooms, and bitching about my lack of privacy, while raking in tons and tons of money. Everything was always something. It did no good to bitch about it. Some days I really held a grudge. I'd tell myself to get over myself. What could be better than a thriving practice and a management structure with me on top? My days weren't any longer than yours, except Thursdays. Some Thursdays we didn't get out of the office until 10 o'clock. I almost slept okay those nights, when the pills seemed almost redundant. First thing to go when you medicate to sleep are the dreams. Look on the bright side, I said to myself, as my dreams first started to fade. You're being spared, upon waking, the desperate need to convey to someone else the vivid images of a rich inner life. Everything was always something. But something, and here was the rub, could never be everything. A thriving practice couldn't be everything. A commitment to healthy patients and an afternoon mochaccino and pizza Fridays just couldn't be everything. The banjo couldn't be everything either, unfortunately. Streaming movies directly to the TV was almost everything when first available, but soon fell off to just barely something. The Red Sox had been everything for a long time, but they disappointed me in the end. The greatest disappointment of my adult life came in 2004, when the Red Sox stole the pennant from the Yankees and won the World Series. For 2 months one summer, I thought golf could be everything. For the rest of my life, I thought, I'll put all my energy into golf, all my spare time, all my passion, and that's what I did for 2 months, until I realized that I could put all my energy into golf, all my spare time, all my passion, for the rest of my life. I don't think I've ever been so depressed. The last ball I putted circled the hole, and the rimming impression it made as it dropped was that of my small life, draining into the abyss. So, work, fun, and total dedication to something bigger than myself, something greater, my work, golf, the Red Sox, none could be everything, even if each, at times, filled the hour perfectly. I'm like that dreamer desperate to describe his dream, when I try to explain the satisfactions of replacing a rotten tooth with a Pontic, so that a patient could smile again without shame. I had restored a baseline human dignity, no small thing. Pizza Fridays were no small thing. And that mochaccino was a little joy. The night in 2004 when David Ortiz homered against the Yankees to jumpstart the greatest comeback in sports history made me simply happy to be alive. I would have liked to believe in God. Now there was something that could have been everything, better than anything else. By believing in God, I could succumb to ease and comfort and reassurance. Fearlessness was an option. Eternity was mine. It could all be mine. The awesome pitch of organ pipes, the musings of Anglican bishops. All I had to do was put away my doubts and believe. Whenever I was on the verge of that, I would call myself back from the brink. Keep clarity, I would cry. Hold on to yourself. For the reason the world was so pleasurable, and why I wanted to extend that pleasure through total submission to God, was my thinking, my reasoned, stubborn, skeptical thinking, which always, unfortunately, made quick work of God. Non serviam, cried Lucifer. He didn't want to eat the faces off little babies. He just didn't want to serve. If he had served, he would have been just one more among the angels, indistinct, his name hard to recall even among the devout. I've tried reading the Bible. I never make it past all the talk about the firmament. The firmament is the thing on day 1 or 2 that divides the waters from the waters. Here you have the firmament. Next to the firmament, the waters. Stay with the waters long enough, presumably you hit another stretch of firmament. I can't say for sure. At the first mention of the firmament, I start bleeding tears of terminal boredom. I grow restless. I flick ahead. It appears to go like this: firmament, super long middle part, Jesus. You could spend half your life reading about the barren wives and the kindled wraths and all the rest of it before